Hello everybody, it's Christine. Time for a scrapbook process video. And what I have here is this silly picture of me. I think I sent this to Brooke, if I'm honest. I don't know what I was doing. It's a silly picture. And so I've kind of got this like title thing here. Colorful. Oh, that's not supposed to be there. Oh well. And I was like thinking maybe like live and laugh or something like that. And then maybe something with this photo could be the title. And then I must have been working on assembling a kit or something. I really don't remember. But I had these papers right here together, and none of them are a full sheet. So like I've cut out of that. These are not full sheets, but they all go together. I had them all kind of together, and I go, well, okay, this could be neat. I'm not going to use that side because this goes better, but I think I'm going to pull out some white cardstock. But I think I'm going to make just a cute little layout, silly little layout about my goofy face. And since the way this is kind of cut, I'm going to have to kind of cover this. I'm basically going to make a 12 by 12 out of this. So, and just so you know, this is a My Mind's Eye from The Sweetest Thing. It's really old, you guys. 2012. This one is Just Dreamy 2 by My Mind's Eye. And I have no clue what this one is. Almost feels like an authentique, maybe. And then, of course, just a basic cardstock. So, let me get some white cardstock. Also, I have no embellishments picked out. So, I'm going to have to get into my binder. I have like a color binder. And also my scrap rack is by color. So, I'll get into those things. And I may try to be, I say this sometimes and then I struggle with it, like non-thematic. Maybe I'll just put a bunch of orange crap on here. You know, just make it an orange layout. And that'll be that. Okay, let me do some cutting and I'll be back on in a second. You guys, this is the most ridiculous layout perhaps I've ever made. I'm not going to swear that's true because I have made thousands of layouts over my lifetime, but this feels like one of the most ridiculous. I think it started with the picture, right? I showed you guys the picture. It's just this goofy face that I sent my daughter, and it's not flattering like whatsoever. It's just the goofiest picture. And then I ended up just picking all these kind of random embellishments. But you know what? In the end, it was a fun little layout to put together, and I used up some scraps. So it's all good, right? So the first thing I did is I took what did I do? The polka dot. I took the polka dot and I tore the little edge off, and then I've glued it down to where it made a 12 by 12 with the orange cardstock. And you may think I'm kind of wasting this polka dot because I'm going to end up covering it up with this other circle paper. But I don't care. It's like I said, I've had these My Mind's Eye from, I guarantee that's from 2012 or 2013 or something along those lines. So you know what? It's really old paper. That all being said, I will tell you the last little bit that I did have, I stuck in my scraps. So I still have a little tiny strip of it. Then I decided, I don't know what made me decide to do this, but I thought, I'm going to cut a little middle piece cut like a little slit here and fold this back. Because I did like the little pattern on the back side of this, I don't know what these are. They're not flowers. They're kind of flowery looking, but they're like circles or what pinwheels kind of or whatever. So I thought, I like the little pattern on the back. It was like an orange plaidish looking thing. So I thought I'll fold that back. Now that ends up causing me a little bit of heartburn in a minute because I have my photo and I struggle for a second to figure out where the heck I'm going to put it. So I started with it up and down and then I rotate it and then I'm looking at this going, okay, what have I done here? So yeah, because the photo's too wide to go on either side of my little slit. And I'm like, well, Christine, oops. Oh, actually, first I got to straighten this up. I put that on there just a tad crooked. And so I did put my white cardstock on my photo, and then I've got my orange here, this little orange, I don't know what that pattern is, couldn't tell you, some kind of a mod type pattern, like a 70s-ish. I thought I might tuck this in. Don't do that. I decided not to do that. And then I come from this direction and I realize, no, my face is kind of pointing. If you kind of take a line and go down the middle of my face, it's tilted from the upper left to the lower right. So it's got to go that direction. And so I decided, well, I need another piece of white cardstock. Again, this is where I'm kind of going, Christine, what are you going to do here? You've did this little slit in the middle of your paper, and where are you going to put your photo? And that actually works out right there. And so that's where that's going to end up staying. And in a moment, I'm going to get into these branding strips because I kind of got to be at my butt about sticking a little branding strip underneath the torn edge. I thought, surely I have something. And I looked at that photo strip. That was way too wrong. The color was way wrong. I look at this little piece here, but it's too short. I don't know what I've done there. Honestly, in hindsight, I could have probably cut it because the photo covers up the portion of it, but I didn't really want to mess with that. So I ended up with a really pale, kind of peachy orange. I think it was a Hip Kit branding strip at some point. So I'm going to end up finding that in just a moment. I've got that. That's, by the way, that's how, if you've watched me before, you may have seen this, but that's how I think that's some kind of cup. I don't even know what that is, truthfully, like a drinking cup, but I've had it forever in here. So, but all my strips go in there just perfectly. It goes up about 2/3 the height, so they don't sag over. But it allows me to kind of thumb through them when I want to. So I really like that little cup. And I do kind of occasionally, when I see that it's getting a little bit full, I'll pull those out and start and use them for a layout. So that's what I put there. And now I haven't glued it down yet. And so, which is, I realize in a minute. Then I decide, okay, I'm going to go get my title out, which is going to be Live plus Laugh, I guess is the... I wished I could have found an ampersand, but there wasn't one in this set, and I didn't really go digging. So, and there's Saturn. She's got to check out what we got going on. She's very nosy. She's always so nosy, you guys. So anyway, I'm going to stick this Live plus Laugh down here. Now, I will end up having to use Nuvo glue to actually glue this down, but I don't do it yet because I'm not 100% certain how I want to organize it. I end up putting it on 2 lines. I do try it at one point with the Live over to the right-hand side or right justified under my photo, and then I'll move that around and kind of mess with it. But at this point, I now said, you know what? I need to put my picture up on foam. So I've got to pull this foam piece out, and yeah, I'm going to put that over there and lift that up, and that's going to go, I'm going to basically back exactly where it was. And then I think this is where I realized, oh shoot, I hadn't glued my branding strip down. So I'll take my little Nuvo glue and just kind of put some, I have to poke in it. Y'all, I still haven't found my lid. I still have not found that lid that comes with that thing. And I'm kind of heartbroken over it. I feel like I've stuck it in a container because I was at the expo when I bought it. And I've stuck it in a container and I don't know what to do with the container. I don't know. Anyways, I mean, is it life or death? Not really, because I tend to use it and then I have a little pen, so it's all right. But it's just a little frustrating that I did that. So here's where I'm kind of looking at my title. And like I said, I start kind of maybe right justify it. And this is where I go ahead and pull out the laugh and I go, I don't know. I don't like that on the right. So I think this may be where I move it back over to the left. Yeah, here's where I do that. And at one point I even put it on the same line, but I don't think yet. I think this is where I'm still kind of messing with it. Hang on, let's see. Yeah, there's my plus sign. Now I don't glue these down because I'm not certain. You know what I mean? It's one of those I need to kind of give myself flexibility yet still, even though ultimately that is basically where that goes. But I say that laugh comes over to the right a little bit more because I have it touch the branding strip. I decided I need to glue down my little folds there. I thought about using a brad and I decided against it because I'm going to do other things. So here is now where I've gone off into my stash. I mentioned I just can go off into my orange or whatever. And I did pull out a few like turquoisey colors too because that little flowers do have the turquoise. I had these 2 little like quarter rosettes, I guess, if you want to call it that. And I thought the one fit right there in the middle of that little set of folded papers. I thought, well, that looks kind of neat. And then I like the one down in the lower left down there. And I'll add something in a minute to that. But anyway, and then I have this Obed Marshall. I don't recall now which collection, but it's an Obed Marshall. And it had a cute little like circle with lines on it. And then I found in my stash these little glasses. Now it has to and from because it's kind of meant to be like a gift tag, but I'm going to take something in a minute and cover up the to and from. So it's okay. Right here. It says, don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone I made this face, you guys. Don't tell anyone. Okay, and then I just got a few little wordy bits that I'm going to put down on that little circle down there. They're just kind of like, honestly, various different collections. The one that says Hear Me Roar actually came from like a little, you'll see that in a minute. I've got that up there on the block. I have that little sticker block up there. But you'll see that in a minute. But that came from like a dinosaur collection. Like I said, I kind of laughed the whole time I made this layout because I was like, this is the most ridiculous layout ever. I was like, this topic is silly. The embellishments have nothing to do with it. But honestly, this is one of those, you just play and glue stuff down and don't really worry about anything. It's not like the perfect, special topic or anything like that. So I just used all kinds of random stuff. That's a little @ sign. It's kind of like an enamel piece. I don't know why it keeps curling up. I need to kind of bend it. It's I don't know. It's a little strange, but it was orange and yellow. And so I thought it went kind of neat. So, and then Hooray, I decided I like that just because, why not? And I'll end up putting a little foam under the right-hand side of that sticker. And Saturn she has been wandering all over the top of my desk here. She just can't help herself. Back and forth, back and forth. Now, I keep looking at this sticker sheet. I will find Fantastico. I don't know if I do it yet, but I'll take Fantastico, and I'm going to lay that over the top of the photo in just a minute. Again, it's a bit tongue-in-cheek, you guys. But I did find this little pair of glasses, and now I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I got another pair of glasses. So I have on glasses, and then there's glasses on the upper right there, and then glasses down the lower left. So the glasses, including the ones I'm wearing, are kind of making a little visual triangle. So I was kind of pleased with that. I found a couple little blue stars. Honestly, I don't love those. The color's not 100% the right shade of blue, but I leave them there for anyways, just because. I'll be honest, they're not probably my favorite color with this, but they're okay. They're not terrible. There's the Fantastico. The glasses actually had a little string coming off of it. That was kind of nice. Like I said, it was supposed to have been a gift tag, I guess. But This Is Me, I put up on foam. The Free Spirit, I put up on foam. That little @ sign is already dimensional. Hooray, like I said, had some foam. And I will put some little foam bits up underneath the eyeglasses in a minute, the little pink ones. This little foam bit on the right-hand side of Hooray, I have to get that on there. I almost tried to stick it up underneath like that. I'm like, what are you doing, Christine? Just pull the sticker off. Oh, gosh, you guys. Oh, my goodness. This was just a silly day. Just a silly, silly day. I love kind of when those, like I said, this hobby, it's amazing. And, of course, we document and things, and we want beautiful layouts. I've seen some that are they're just stunning. People have done mixed media art, or they've, fussy cut, or they've somehow paper pieced or something, and you're just always amazed. And then sometimes, you know what, you just got to have fun. And so that's what this was. Okay, so I got my string up there. I'm going to end up using a little Nuvo glue before I actually put this back away. And I think I've already taken the pictures and everything, but I will end up being some Nuvo glue. And then I decided I'm going to fussy cut a few of these little pinwheel looking deals out. And I'll put a couple up underneath the eyeglasses by the title. And then I'll put one in the bottom left corner down there underneath the little quarter rosette or little fan or whatever you want to call that. Just to kind of bring that shape over to that left-hand side. I could have I don't think it would have got on the upper left anywhere. It wouldn't have looked right. So I left that alone. Let's see. I think I'm putting some foam tape up, or foam squares up underneath the little eyeglasses. And I don't think I do anything else. I contemplated some mixed media, but kind of with all my little goodies, all my little bits and pieces here, I really didn't think it was getting already a little bit busy, if I'm honest. So I decided, no, you don't need no mixed media. You're good, Christine. Don't worry about the mixed media. What am I doing here? Oh, there's a little like. It's a little like thing like you see on a Instagram deal. It says a little one, a little heart one. I thought that was cute. So let's see. Is there anything else? What am I doing there? Oh, I had to put a tiny little piece of foam up at the edge of that Don't Tell Anyone, because it was just a hair lifted because the layering of the glasses and the paper and stuff. And so I added just a tiny little square there, a little micro square. And that is all I'm going to do this layout, you guys. This was a fun, silly, no purpose at all type layout. So I hope you enjoyed watching it and seeing me be goofy. I hope you guys have a lovely day, and we will see you next time. Bye.